Tell us about the time your father called you. He was to go follow him to Cuba, Havana, by plane.
How's that?
When your father was, Allah yarhamu, he was in Cuba, Havana. He wanted to go. Pick you a nice arus.
Yeah.
Tell us about the time.
I don't remember that, Joe. That's been so long. That's since 1948.
So what? Don't you remember? You told us about it.
He was in love with Millie, nobody else.
I don't remember that one. 1948, this story happened. My father, he went with some fellow named Milhim, whatever his name, I don't know. They went to Cuba, Havana. 1 week later, my father got to know some people over there, you know. He found me blonde.
You don't know Millie there. You don't
Blonde,
know
Oh, he was a little baby.
He sent me her picture, you know. I see the picture. My goodness, I said, what the hell? Yeah,
I mean, Cuba?
yeah.
Yeah, I know it.
So I look at her, she's a movie star. So my uncle, my poor uncle, he was living here, said, go ahead. So my father said, you go down the bank and get $1,000. So I went down, I got $1,000. I bought some clothes and everything.
I'll hold the microphone.
What did I say last?
You bought clothes?
Yeah, I bought the clothes and they made arrangements for me to go on the
He
train.
was a movie star.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looked like a movie star to me. I went in the train, nice, beautiful ride to Florida. I went to Miami. Beautiful. I was seeing the swamps, that train going like this, like this. So I got to Miami. I got to Miami, I don't know nobody. So I walked down Biscayne Boulevard. I saw a nice hotel, Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus Hotel.
I went in, the guy said, what do you want, sir? I said, I want a room. I want to sleep that night. I'm tired all night and all day in the train. He took me upstairs. He gave me a beautiful room. $5.05.
Wow.
That night. Honest to God, it had 4 windows right on the corner. So $5.05, that was the tax.
How many years ago, so they'll know what?
I told him 1948. Are you coming here to interrupt the party?
She want to know what happened with you in that movie, actress. Son of a gun.
So I had the phone number. I called him. He said, the boat's going to the boat's going to leave tomorrow at 4 o'clock. You get the boat. See, I didn't want to go by no plane. So I took the boat. Boy, that son of a gun boat was swaying all the way. Took me 12 hours to get to Cuba. So him and this Milham, they were waiting for me over there, you know, at the port. As I was...
You waiting too?
No, the girl wasn't coming down. I had to go to the house.
Oh.
You think she's coming over to catch me right away from the boat? No, boat. No. So I get there, and I was seeing these people, you know, jumping in the water. There's people throwing quarters, halves, dimes. So I had a few nickels. I started throwing them. People swimming in, getting their money. So I got up there. He was glad to see me, him and Milham. They put me in a taxi cab. They took me to their hotel. It was one of them dilapidated hotels in Cuba. When you want to go in the bathroom, you have to pull the string down. Yeah, string down. You sit down on that thing, it's loose. I told my father, what kind of hotel this is? Well, he said, Milham, he picked that out. He picked the hotel out. This here was $3.20. $3.20 in 1948. So that night we slept. I told him, let's get out of here. So we took a taxi cab. We went to the street. They're from, they're from Machine, I think, these people. Yeah.
Neighbors.
We went over there, Milham and them. We had a little party. And we got to meet the girl. I looked at that girl. She's small. What the hell I'm doing here? And she's a frail. Eva, she don't weigh 90 pounds. I told my father, what kind of woman is this there? And he said, that's all right, she'll get fat when she comes to the States. She'll get fat when she comes to the States. I told her, how are you going to blow her with balloon? So, don't blow her 90 pounds. So we went upstairs. Her father introduced me to her. Asma Bashkin Isma Almira, Elmira, I think. Yeah, Elmira. So she don't speak too much Arabic. She speaks the other language, Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
أنا بعرف Spanish. وأنا بحكيها بالعربي. بيه. He was interpreting to her what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, this or that. So all the قعدوا على البلكون. Balcony, about 2-story high, dilapidated apartment. I was afraid the thing was going to cave in. We sit down, I'm talking to her. See, who? You like? Ellie, no, I don't like. You don't like? Well, the next day, ما شفناها لصقنا, she got sick. She had stomach trouble. Everything she'd eat, she'd vomit. So my father said, this is not for you. So they took her to the doctor. Mr. Malheim and my father, they took her to the doctor. So the doctor says she's got a nervous stomach. She don't want to leave the country. I tell her, well, you don't want to leave the country? I'm leaving the country. You ain't leaving the country? So I told my father, that's it, goodbye. So he didn't want to stay in there. So I said, when the boat leave? He said, tomorrow, 5 o'clock. So I went down to get the boat to go back to Miami. The boat left. So there's only one thing to do, airplane.
Airplane, yeah.
And I never rode an airplane. I wanted to get out of there in the worst way. So before I got on a plane, there was a club up there, singing and dancing, whiskey and beer. I took a couple of shots, couple of beers, I felt good. So there was an American fellow there. I said, what time does this plane go to Miami? He said, in 5 minutes. I said, is it safe? He said, yeah, it's safe. I didn't care. I was gone. He said, you come sit beside me. My father told me, if it breaks down, I'll land in Miami. I said, if it breaks down, I'll land in Miami. He said, it's only 90 miles. So no sooner I got on that thing, this guy said, sir, don't worry. I make this trip every week twice. Till you're safe? You're safe too. And I slept a little bit, one guy, all of a sudden he said, Miami. I said, Miami, here I come. I jumped off that plane.